Time is a strange currency. We all have the same amount of it, yet some people build empires, while others build nothing but regrets. In a small, cluttered apartment in the heart of a busy city lived a young man named Kenji. Kenji was not stupid. In fact, he was incredibly intelligent. He had grand visions for his future. He wanted to be a writer. He wanted to learn to play the violin, and he dreamed of traveling the world. But Kenji suffered from a silent disease that affects millions of us. It wasn't a physical illness, but a mental cage. Every evening, he would lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, overwhelmed by guilt. He would promise himself, "Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow, I will change everything." But when the alarm rang the next morning, the motivation from the night before had vanished like smoke. Why does this happen? Why do we feel so powerful at night, but so weak in the morning? Kenji thought he was simply lazy. He thought he lacked willpower. But he was wrong. He was fighting a biological mechanism in his brain that he didn't understand, and until he met a peculiar old master in the mountains, he was destined to lose this battle forever. Before finding the true path, Kenji tried what most people do, the all-or-nothing approach. One Monday morning, fueled by a sudden burst of inspiration, he created a brutal schedule. "I will write for 2 hours. I will exercise for 1 hour. I will study English for 1 hour," he declared. Day 1 was perfect. He felt like a new man. Day 2 was harder. His mind started to resist. By day 3, looking at his long to-do list felt like carrying a heavy stone. His brain, terrified by the massive workload, triggered a stress response. By day 4, Kenji had crashed. He returned to his old habits, feeling even more defeated than before. This is what psychologists call the false hope syndrome. Kenji realized that trying to sprint a marathon was destroying him. He sat amidst his unfinished projects, feeling a deep sense of shame. He needed an answer. Not a motivational quote, but a real solution. Rumors spoke of an old Zen temple known for training the most disciplined monks in the country. Desperate, Kenji packed a small bag and left the city. The journey to the temple was long and quiet. As he climbed the stone steps carved into the mountain, the noise of the city faded away. When he finally reached the top, he didn't find monks training with heavy weights or running endlessly. Instead, he found a scene of absolute stillness. The master laughed softly. "Work hard for hours. You are trying to lift a bull before you can lift a calf. You are greedy, Kenji. You want the result without the process." The master stood up and gave Kenji a challenge that sounded ridiculous. "If you want to stay here, you must do one thing. You must write your book, but you are only allowed to write for 1 minute a day." Kenji was insulted. 1 minute? I came all this way for this. I can write for hours if I push myself. The master's face turned serious. "No, you will write for exactly 60 seconds. When the time is up, you must stop. Even if you are in the middle of a sentence, you must put the pen down. This is the rule." Reluctantly, Kenji agreed. The first day, he sat down, wrote 2 sentences, and the timer went off. Beep, he had to stop. "This is pointless," he thought. The second day, the same thing. The third day, the same thing. But around the first week, a strange psychological shift began to happen. Because the task was so incredibly small, Kenji felt zero resistance before starting. There was no fear, no mountain to climb. But the real magic happened after the timer went off. Kenji found himself staring at the unfinished page. He wanted to continue. Being forced to stop created a tension in his mind. An open loop. His brain started thinking about the story even when he wasn't writing. By limiting the action, the master had transformed Kenji's fear into craving. One evening, the master explained the secret. Kenji, what you are practicing is called Kaizen. It means continuous improvement. Long ago, wise builders knew that you cannot build a castle in a day. If you try, you will exhaust yourself and quit. The brain, the master continued, is designed to protect you from change. Big changes trigger fear, but small changes, the brain ignores them. By writing for 1 minute, you are sneaking past your brain's defense mechanism. You are rewiring your neural pathways without triggering the alarm. Kenji realized his mistake. For years, he had tried to fight his brain using willpower. But willpower is like a battery. It runs out. Habits, however, are automatic. The master wasn't teaching him how to write. He was teaching him how to show up. Weeks turned into months. The master allowed Kenji to slowly increase the time. 1 minute became 5. 5 became 20. 20 became an hour. But something fundamental had changed. Kenji no longer needed to force himself. Go into his desk became as natural as brushing his teeth. The heavy burden of greatness was gone, replaced by the joy of consistency. Kenji didn't write his book in a frenzied weekend. He wrote it page by page, day by day. He learned that water does not cut through rock because of its strength, but because of its persistence. Today, Kenji is no longer the boy paralyzed by fear, but his story is a mirror for all of us. We often wait for the perfect time or a massive burst of energy. We wait for tomorrow, but real change doesn't scream, it whispers. It starts with 60 seconds. So, here is the question you must answer today. What is the one thing you have been putting off? Can you do it today, just for 1 minute? Do not promise to do it forever. Just promise to do it today. If you are ready to stop fighting yourself and start building your life, type 1 minute in the comments below. Let this be your first step. And remember, to master your mind is to master your life. Subscribe to our channel for more timeless wisdom. Until next time, keep moving forward, 1 minute at a time.